I don't know. Why does it say upcoming?
I don't know.
Type in Streamlabs. Streamlabs not going live. Or Streamlabs camera frozen.
Log out of Streamlabs desktop. Restart the application as administrator. Not working. Double check your stream key if this is still correct.
Now it's going.
Okay.
There we go. It's kind of blurry. Sorry, y'all, for all the...
Technical difficulties.
It's definitely technical and difficult. At least for me it is. I don't know why it's blurry, too.
It might be the connection because of that storm and all that.
Yeah, the hurricane outside probably ain't helping nothing. It's alright. We'll get it figured out. I was gonna say, just make sure that that's centered on there. Alright, so what we're doing today is pretty simple. We are going to be putting a filing pattern on the back of this hatchet. I would go out there and cut today, but with the storm and everything, I don't think our Wi-Fi signal is going to reach out to the shop. And
yeah.
Plus, I want to sit in a comfy chair and kind of give my back a break, because with this storm, it's really got my back messed up, and it feels like my feet are just resting in a fire ant bed. So what we're going to do?
Oddcat says, I'm here. Hello.
Hello, Oddcat. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a filing pattern in the back of this knife. I'm going to try to do more of a, how do I put this? More of like a jungle pattern into it, but I don't know how it's going to work out. But the tools we're going to use are certain files. We're going to use a round file. We're going to use a flat file.
Casey said, yo.
Yo, how you doing, Casey? We're going to do a half round file. And that's it. It should be, nope. We do need a triangle file. Let me go ahead and get that triangle file out. Let me get this sucker out. There we go. So, we're also going to use a triangle file. Well, it's a square. Look at me being all unprepared.
Casey says, I'm doing good, brother.
Good. I'm glad.
Poofy says, hey.
Hey, Poofy. How y'all doing today? So, what we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to try to do more of a jungle pattern on this, on the back and then the front. And then we actually picked up some pretty cool stone from Franklin. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but this is it's some red matrix. I don't know what this is exactly, but this has actually got copper, like your shiny copper, in there. So we're going to cut this eventually and put this on the handle. We'll make a video out of that. But for right now, let's get a pattern on here. So what we're going to have to do is, I've already used that circle file, kind of put my first little kind of divot in there like that. Right? Then what we're going to do is we're going to take our half round. There we go. Take our half round, and we're just going to widen that out a little bit.
Poofy said I just subbed and liked.
Oh, thank you, Poofy. I appreciate that so much. We really do. So how's everybody's day been? For us, it's been an inside day because of the hurricane outside. It's actually not been that terrible for us, mainly because we live in the woods. So,
Sugutan?
Sugutan?
It says hey.
Hello, Sugutan. And then what we're going to do next is, you can see we kind of have that little indent in there. What we're going to do is we're going to take a file, right, and we're going to kind of put a little mark right in there. And then we're going to rotate up to give it some length, right? And with these first ones, like this, we're going to cut towards that semicircle, okay? And what, ooh, about to stab myself.
Don't do that.
I do it all the time.
Cookie said good and God bless. Hope you guys are safe. Sugu Tom says hello. How are you?
We are wonderful, and we are pretty safe. It's like I said, we're in the woods, so the trees kind of block the wind, so that does help us out a lot. And then we're on high ground because we live on old farmland, so that tends to keep us away from the flooding as well. Thank the Lord. So you kind of see how we left that little kind of scratch in there like that. We're just going to rotate that forward and try to get some length out of it onto the handle, right? Kind of like that. But we do want some depth, because whenever I start putting the stone on there, and then I have to grind the stone onto it itself, it's going to take, even if it's just a millimeter away, we don't want it to look that much different, so we're going to have to leave some depth to it, if y'all can understand what I'm saying with that.
Poopy says, in the farmland sounds fun.
Farmland is definitely fun. Farmland's definitely fun, and especially since this is, this is where I grew up, and this is where, oh, see there, just stabbing myself with that thing. This is where, my grandpa grew up, and my dad and them, and kind of generational, you know what I mean? So it's beautiful out here, but a lot of people starting to move in. Me and my wife's thought about maybe trying to make our great escape up into the mountains eventually.
Tom says, what are you doing exactly? Sorry, I'm a little lost.
So, what I do is I will take knives and pretty much everything I can get my hands on and try to customize them with gemstones and to make them look pretty. So, this is a future project, actually one I'm working on right now. But what I'll do is I'll take gemstones and I'll cut them out and put them on the knives and customize them. And then sometimes I'll put filing patterns on the back of them, and I'll polish up the knives and make them look nice and pretty. But we're actually going to be doing more than that here soon. I actually got a pin kit, and I'm going to start doing gemstone handled pins. So this is some Kambaba from Madagascar. I can't remember. And I'm going to put the Kambaba around this little cylinder here, and I'm going to put a pin cartridge in there and actually piece it together and hopefully have a gemstone handle pin soon. We're also going to be doing revolver grips out of gemstones, watch faces. I have a friend of mine who owns a jewelry store, and he's very curious if I could do like dinosaur bone and meteorite for some of his Rolex faces for his watches. So we're going to do that, hopefully not too long, but it will be a little while because they're in the process of remodeling.
Goofy said cool, that's interesting. Casey says damn. Suga Tom says wow with a bunch of exclamation marks.
Well, thank y'all.
Goofy said that's lit.
Thank you.
Oddcat says I want a Derringer.
Oh, a derringer. Yes, a derringer. It's the little one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's something you can kind of hide in your belt.
Sugaton says, "Wow, you are a monster in a good way."
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I would hate for it to be in a bad way. I'm not a monster in any way. Like there's plenty of guys who can do this. You know, guys, gals, whoever. But it's just I find that a lot of the people into lapidary, they don't. I mean, stone's expensive. Things are expensive. And a lot of them don't want to risk breaking something or messing something up and they're out, you know, quite a bit of money. But here's the thing. This is fun for me. Because my wife owns the jewelry business and this is pretty much all her stuff. She just kind of lets me mess around with it and kind of be the face of the channel. But, you know, everything I do, she can do. But I love cutting the stones and I love doing this. It it really helps with your brain, helps with your head some. And look, I mean, if you plan on it with cheap stuff, right? So this right here, the price tag on this was $90, right? And this is a pretty big piece for $90. And then this hatchet right here was $30. And I'm challenging myself and I'm going, how can we make, you know, all together $90 and $30, $110 and turn this hatchet into maybe a $300, $400 hatchet that somebody will take, have it as an art piece and put it up and kind of have it stored away. And that's kind of my goal, is to do that. But also when it comes to lapidary, show younger people that lapidary is not just jewelry. You know what I mean? It's everything. You can do a lot of things with lapidary.
Poopy said you should do a butterfly knife.
Oh yeah, I have a plan for that. I do have a plan for that.
Cat says, a butterfly knife would be cool. Poopy says, I would love to make stuff like that. Sugaton said, but you're really good. I subbed and liked. I want to see a little more of your work. I love your energy too, by the way.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, you know what? If I can get y'all interested in this, trust me, y'all think I'm good. If y'all get into this and y'all actually give it a good, honest try for a year, I believe most of y'all can blow me out the water. You know, lapidary is a dying art. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's a dying thing and it doesn't need to die. And if I can get just 2 or 3 people to get into it, I feel like I've done a good job. You know, and it's fun. And as a Marine, I was in the Marine Corps from 2010 to 2013. I do have PTSD. If you really want to help with your mental health, and I found that medicines don't really work that well, and I still have issues, of course. I'm not saying it goes away overnight. This does help, because you have to put all of your brain power into doing something like this. You have to put all of your might into it, and it really does help. And to actually feel useful again is a nice thing. And then having y'all wonderful people say such nice things obviously helps me out a lot. But again, lapidary is a dying thing. When I talk to lapidarists, most of them are not. I'm 33 and I'm usually the youngest guy there. And that's not a good thing. We need more young people into it. We need more people in general into it that would want to do it. Like, let's make it something interesting and fun. Oh, thank you, Lord. I needed that light. Thank you, darling.
Mm-hmm.
And Laura's reading them out to me. Laura's my beautiful wife.
Cat says, oh, show me that stone again up close. I love it. It's so glittery. I love glitter. So talk about the copper one.
Copper?
Yeah,
okay.
Now that you got a light.
So I don't know if y'all can see it or not. There's that stone, and you can kind of see the little copper pieces in there. And I thought it would look really cool with a hatchet because this is, I can't remember where from America this is, but this is from America, and with that kind of red and black mixture into it, with that copper piece, it almost looks like, you know what I mean? It looks like it belongs on a hatchet almost. Like you can just kind of feel it and look at it and go, that belongs there. Now, I do want to show y'all something that my beautiful wife did get. This right here is some lapis lazuli, very rich blue lapis lazuli with the pyrite flakes in there. And that's one way you can tell if lapis lazuli is real.
Go to your right.
To my right?
Yeah. But...
Am I? Because I'm looking forward, so.
Yeah, hold on.
So if I go to my right, it's that way.
Right there. There you go.
Okay. It's got that blue, beautiful blue in the lapis lazuli with the pyrite. And you can tell lapis lazuli is the real thing if it actually has pyrite in it. That's one of the tell signs for lapis lazuli. Now.
Let me catch you up on the chat real quick.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sugatom says that stone is so beautiful.
Thank you.
Casey says everyone so chill in chat.
Good.
Sugatom says, yeah, this chat energy is so chill and great. I feel comfy there.
Cool. Well, we want you to keep hanging out with us.
Poopy says right now I'm restoring a katana.
Oh, that would be so cool.
He said you should do a katana.
You know what? I actually did have an idea for a katana, and I was going to keep it secret, but since everybody in the chat's so energized, I'm going to tell y'all anyways. So what I plan on doing is doing a katana with gemstone handles, right? And then dremeling out the stone as if it's like veins coming through the stone, and then running it into the metal of the katana itself with the Dremel, and then taking synthetic black opal with red shine to it, and have it inlaid into the metal and the stone, and then cut it so it looks like almost an infection's running through it, if that makes sense. So it's almost like a, you know what I mean? Almost like a sci-fi kind of look to it, like the katana's got some kind of like zombie infection running through it.
Let's see.
And I was thinking about calling it a corrupted blade.
Sugatom says, yeah, I had some stress and depression issues some months ago, and drawing helped me going out of it. I know that sounds pretty dumb, maybe, but it really does help. It really did help me.
No, don't sound dumb at all.
And rely on what you said.
Yeah.
Oddcat says, we have become a family in this chat. I'm so glad to see all the new people. I love hearing from everybody. So cool. I watched your channel grow, and I'm just loving the community here.
Oh, it's definitely fun. I've met some great people.
Sugatom says, and now I sometimes post on my YouTube channel about it, not trying to win subs or anything by saying that.
No. If you, hey, look, I'm a full believer that a rising tide raises all ships. So if you want to go ahead and talk about your channel, go ahead.
And then Poopy says, that's cool. Mine is going to have only gold metal pieces, but I should try gemstones. Thank you for the ideas.
Yeah. And who knows, maybe one day, because the katana's not going to be anytime soon, because I have
a list.
Well, yeah, I have a list of things, but also my actual like sanding station. So it's what you need with gemstones is whenever you sand it, you need a lot of water because you don't want to breathe that stuff in, and you don't want to heat the stones up because they can actually change color or burn. So whenever I'm using my little Cab King, it needs a lot of water, but it's also compact. I mean, it's like that wide, and it's got 6 wheels on it. So there's not a lot of room to do everything. So when I get the right equipment to do a katana, maybe we can work together and do a katana together. That might be kind of cool.
Sugatom says, I'm sorry, I need to go right now. I wish I could have stayed longer. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. You take care. So, yeah. I'm not against it at all. I actually, like I said, I think rising tide raises all ships here. And, you know, YouTube's a big place. YouTube's a very big place. So I think everybody can kind of shout themselves out if they want to, which would be nice to kind of see. his channel, or whoever's channel, Sugatons.
Poopy says, "Oh, I did not know that you did." Said, "Oh, I did not know that. Do you post tutorials?"
For gemstone cutting, yeah, they're on the channel. I don't really make them so much as tutorials. So like, I'll tell you what to do and stuff like that. But pretty much I just have you follow along for a project, and I'll kind of show you what I do. Especially in the earlier videos. For cabochons, I think I did a turquoise, I believe. And that's a long form video. And then kind of show you kind of how to do it. And then I know I did a knife, my first video, and that helps show you how to do it. So yeah. And then I actually did one with the opal as well, which is pretty fun. But yeah, I'll kind of walk you through it and kind of explain what I learned from doing it and stuff like that. I probably should make a full tutorial. I'm not very good at stuff like that. So I'll have to figure it out myself how to, you know what I mean? The more I file on this knife, or sorry, this hatchet handle, the more I think this is going to turn out to be something really cool. Because this is shaping up to be pretty cool, to be honest. And the metal's cutting surprisingly easy. So it's probably a soft metal. But that's okay, because this is, again, an art piece. It's not meant to be, you know, like a big thing, you know what I mean? It's not meant to actually take out in the woods and cut. You can, but you probably pop the stone off if you do that, or break the stone. Because that's another thing people don't tell you, is stone's very brittle. So it tends to break pretty easy. So,
Sophie says, "By the way, my channel is not about restorations. I'm just doing it for fun. This is the first ever restoration I'm doing, so I'm learning along the way."
yeah, and that's important too. It's good to learn along the way, and kind of post that for people. And that's kind of what I do too, is if I make a mistake, I want it to be in the video so y'all can see it. Because it can be a little frustrating when you watch a video and somebody doesn't post, "Hey, I messed this up here." You know what I mean? And this is how I got past it. I actually showed a video where I broke a stone in half completely. And we worked on it and we figured out how we were going to fix it up and make it look like it never broke. So, and that's starting to look pretty cool.
Poopy says, "I don't post about it. I might start."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because you never know who you're going to help. You know what I mean? And we all got to start somewhere. Ooh. I didn't stab myself this time. Nope. I keep hitting the knife, or the hatchet handle backwards. A lot of people actually use leather when it comes to this, but my hands are already so tough that it doesn't bother me anymore. So they'll like put leather in between the file and their finger, but mine's kind of gotten tough enough to where it doesn't even really bother it like that anymore. And I do have a piece of lapidary equipment coming in the beginning of September that I am super excited for. And I don't want to say it now because I'll give it away. It's a surprise. But we are going to make some beautiful things with that piece of equipment. Like, really beautiful. There we go. See, and now we kind of get this kind of widening out. And that widening out is because when you just use that small, narrow round, what I do is I basically use that as a guide, right? I'm putting that in there so I can get a quick, small little cut in there. And then that way the tip of this can sit in there and I can work it out to be wider, right? And then it doesn't look so weird because I like a gradual kind of half circle in there and not like a sharp, deep one. I like a gradual one. And it doesn't feel weird in the hand too. You know what I mean? Now let's get this. And here's where I start to get a little confused. Is on the switch up, right? But I remember next to the circle points into the circle, or next to the half round points into the half round, right? And then on the opposite side, it goes away. Almost kind of like a black hole kind of look to it. Everything real close to it's running inwards, and everything away from it's trying to run outwards. Let's see. You got anything else?
No.
All right. Well, if y'all have any questions or want to say anything, be sure to ask.
Poopy says, how many years of experience do you have, if you don't mind me asking?
With lapidary, I think we're coming up on 3. Am I right about that?
Sounds about right.
About 3, and then with knives, about a year, and then the filing. This is like my 5th time doing filing. So I'm pretty new to filing. Maybe 6th. I can't remember. But I haven't done much. About 7, Sophie. I haven't done much.
It doesn't look like you're new at it.
Is that what you say, Lord?
That's what I say.
Oh, that's what you say. Well, thank you. You're going to make me blush, Lord. Stop. You make me blush all the time.
You hide it very well.
Thank you. Alright, now we're going to switch it over and run it away now.
Poopy says, wow, but it honestly looks like you've been doing it for years. Just say that.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Nah, like I said, I mean, there's people that literally blow me out the water, and it's kind of fun to see that. And then that's another reason why I want to encourage people to at least try it. And if you want to try filing, now I didn't listen to this advice. I probably should have, but I'm the kind of guy that I either go for broke or I don't go at all. So there was a guy that I knew that did a lot of filing for knives, and he pretty much told me, hey, look, start with a simple pattern and go to like Harbor Freight, somewhere like that, and pick up some cheap screwdrivers and start practice filing on those. And well, I appreciated his advice. I knew if I had something cheap that I didn't really care about, I would not really put my full effort into it. So I'm like, you know what, no, I'm going to get a knife like I usually would, and I'm going to file on it. And that way I kind of have some incentive to put my best work into it. And it was terrible. It was not great. But I'm learning, you know. I think that's the dinosaur knife I got.
Which one?
The dinosaur knife for the Damascus.
Yeah.
You want to go grab that for me?
Yeah. Make sure my fruit don't fall.
Okay. Because I do have because it was the knife that I put dinosaur bone on the handles. It's gemstone. And it wasn't like amazing. Now the cut of the stone and everything's good, but the actual pattern was not great. There it is. Is it on camera?
I'm waiting for it to catch up. Yeah, yes.
Okay. So that is that's dinosaur bone.
Let me put it a little closer. There you go.
That's dinosaur bone for the handle, and then that's the knife pattern on the back of it. And this is Damascus steel knife. So let me put that over there so it don't get scratched by those tools. And this is actually some other cool stuff we got. This is ocean jasper, original stock from Madagascar. Very expensive, but we're gonna make some knife handles out of that too, which I'm kind of excited for. Also nervous, but excited. I forgot to do this. And this doesn't need a big dent, just a little dent on each side. And I don't even know if it'll look good. I'm just trying it, basically. Who knows? Who knows? Except for the good Lord, I guess. He knows. I think this is this file's starting to wear down. I'm probably gonna have to get me another one soon.
Laverne says looking good so far.
Thank you, Laverne. That's my buddy Laverne. My real life buddy, not internet. How's Neat doing?
Is that your triangle file?
No, I had to switch. That triangle file kept breaking.
You want to use mine?
No, because I'll end up messing that up too.
Okay. Laverne said no problem.
Laverne, Unique's doing good. That's okay. We'll space out the little tick marks and see if we can't get it going like that. I'm going to cut a little deeper here. If anybody's got any questions, please let me know.
Lauren says, yes sir, she's right here beside me doing work on her computer.
Oh, okay. Well, hello, Nate. Yeah. I'm sorry we weren't be able to see y'all when y'all was on the honeymoon, but like literally the day we were supposed to meet, that's when like the high profile sellers were coming in with all the nice and pretty rough, and we had to, which I fortunately did make connections for that. And I'm getting equipment for it too.
She says hello.
And I hope she's happier now that all the wedding stuff's over with. And y'all can kind of just enjoy being married.
Well, I'm happy.
Because you got snacks.
I got fruit.
Ooh, about stabbed my thumb on that one.
Please be careful.
No.
You need your thumb guards.
No. I refuse.
I know you refuse.
I refuse.
So that package I emailed out, wow, shipped out is in Fayetteville, so it should be there soon.
Okay.
Poopy says, well, gotta go. Looking forward to your next live. Have a great day or night. God bless you guys.
God bless you too, Poopy, and y'all take care of yourself now.
Vern says, yes, sir. We're enjoying married life very well and definitely glad that the wedding is over with.
Yeah. I mean, it was stressful for us too. Not y'all's wedding, but our wedding. You know what I mean? And it's...
You almost put your wedding ring on your wrong hand.
I know. Kind of funny. Mm-hmm. I think everybody in church had a good chuckle at it.
Yeah, they did.
That's why I looked at you confused whenever you tried to do it. I was like, what?
I don't know.
It was a confusing day, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, need to get a hold of us for when we're going to meet up next and kind of have a day to where we chill out.
And I can make cookies.
And Laura can make cookies. The only problem I have with filing on metal is that your hand can tend to lock up sometimes, and that really sucks. So like my finger, I put some pressure on it like this, it don't want to close sometimes at the middle knuckle, like that. And I'll be like, okay, it needs to go like that.
Laverne says, LOL, it'll definitely be on a weekend and make plenty of cookies, LOL.
Plenty of cookies.
Yeah.
We got to... Oh, my thing keeps falling off. There we go. But we got to get together, especially before baby's born.
We got plenty of time for that.
Yeah.
Not till December.
Yeah. And I'm glad I got that other thing coming.
Cat says, I don't know if I missed it in the chat or not. Wait. I don't know if I missed it in chat or not. I'm just coming back. But what's for supper? Asking us what's for supper.
Oh, Laura made some pork chops, mac and cheese, and sauteed onions. And then for her, broccoli.
Yep.
And boy, do I love sauteed onions and some
Now
pork
I'm
chops.
eating fruit.
Now she's eating fruit. And I took an H2O break.
Yeah, you're zipping through that filing.
I know well, I have to do the other side too. So I have to do this side and then flip it over and do the other side. And then I have to sand this metal down to try to get it as flat and not grainy as possible. That way I can put the best shine on it as possible. Now I will leave this unsanded, so that way when I sit the stone on there, it's going to grip better with a rough surface. But anything above that, I'm going to try to make sure that's nice and pretty shiny.
Laverne said that sounds really good, talking about the food.
Oh, talking about the food?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know Lord knows how to cook now. When we do the next night, y'all come over to my house and we'll cook some shrimp for y'all. Cause I am.
Brian says that is very true. Talking about me being a good cook.
Mm-hmm. Cook some shrimp and then Lord can make cookies. And
Yeah.
Whew, boy.
See, I would say make that blow child pasta, but I can't make that right now.
Why is that?
Because it had wine in it.
Oh.
And yeah, you cook the wine out, but still.
Yeah.
Cat says when I come around with some flounder.
Yeah. It's a good old flounder.
I like snapper.
Well, she don't like my flounder. She's like Dad's flounder. She likes that, but she don't like my flounder. But that's okay.
I think you cooked it too long.
I ain't cook it long. Well, not too long. You know what I mean? At least I don't think I did.
You know, your catfish. I like your catfish.
Yeah. I cook a mean catfish. And then I haven't heard anybody complain about my shrimp.
Mm-mm.
And my steak as well. But I like my steaks rare. So it's kind of hard to mess up a rare steak.
So do I.
What?
I said, so do I. Sad face.
You can't have rare steak.
No.
Because
It has to be like medium well if I have steak. That's why I try and not eat it. Because I don't want to depress myself.
right. Yeah, ever since you've been pregnant, I think we've eaten steak twice. Which is fortunate for us and unfortunate. Fortunate, we live in a town that they get, you know, steaks and stuff like that locally, so they're kind of cheap. Unfortunate because she's pregnant, so don't matter how cheap they are, still can't have them.
Laverne says plenty of shrimp and oysters and fries.
Oh, did you enjoy my fries that I made the other day?
I'm gonna say y'all can have the oysters. I don't want oysters.
I love oysters. Little oyster broth.
That's what you should do next week, Dave, or this weekend.
What's that?
Maybe some fries.
Make you some French fries.
Yeah. We'll do that this weekend or something. Before we have to go to our next appointment.
Yeah. I make homemade French fries.
Cat says, are we going to play the claw game later?
Yeah, well, we're going to, but I got to find the I think the box is in the workroom.
The bowl?
No, not the bowl, the box. The bowl's out in the shop.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the box is in the workroom.
I don't know what.
I'll just have you get like a handful out the box and just right there on the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Vern says them oysters are really good.
Well, what I do is I boil them, and then I boil them with like a towel over top of the pot, and then just when they start to barely open up, that's when you start to eat them, because that's when they still retain all that juice and everything. Oh man, it's so good.
Yeah, we can't get oysters until
A month that ends with R.
next month.
Yeah, a month that ends with R. Or has R in it. I can't remember. I think it has R in it or ends with R.
I think it ends in R. So September, October, November, December.
March. No, it has R in it then.
Yeah.
Has R in it.
Goodness.
What?
He's just shaking the whole table.
I know, but you got to kind of get some torque in there. You got to get some push on it.
8-cylinder?
What's that?
8-cylinder?
Wouldn't say that much. But you got to get enough to kind of grind that metal down. And get it deep enough in there to where when it comes time for cutting, you don't cut it all the way out. You know what I mean?
Cat says I want some crab cakes.
Crab cakes. My sister used to live on a sailboat for a while, and then whenever I went to visit her on the sailboat, I think I visited her like 2 or 3 times maybe while she was on the sailboat. And whenever they were at the docks, they had little crab pots, and they kept telling me to leave them alone, but I would sit on the edge of the, right there by that dock where they would like tie it to the big old log that the actual wood platform of the dock's in, right? So here's the wood platform and here's the log. They would tie it around there, and then I would sit there as a kid and I'd pull it up and look, and then I'd drop it back down, and I'd wait about 30 seconds and I'd pull it back up and look.
You gotta wait at least 15 minutes.
I was very impatient.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. Well,
maybe when school starts back for everybody and it's not as busy at the beach.
Well, you kind of want to go in the colder months anyways. 'Cause that's when you kind of catch a little more.
So, October?
Yeah.
Because it really don't start getting cold around here till then.
Well, October it's still in like the mid to high 70s. I mean, during Christmas, in the Christmas time in the morning, it's like it'll be in the 40s in the morning, and then during the day it'll be in the like low 70s, mid 70s, and then February comes and it's kind of starting to cool off. Or I'm sorry, January comes and it's starting to cool off, and then February, about the middle of February, you get real cold.
That's when our winter is.
Yeah, real cold days, and then the middle of March it'll start to shoot back up into normal temperatures. Or not normal, but...
The Vern's being weird. He says, you can do it. You can do it all night long. Like the dude off the water boy.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I try to.
The Vern's being weird.
I try to do it all night long, my friend.
Oh, goodness.
But yeah, I noticed that whenever I do that, my knuckle does not want to bend on that little second joint at all.
He says, gotta be funny at times.
Well, you can be funny. I'm not funny. Ain't that right, Laura?
I think you're funny.
Well, you have to. You're married to me. I think that's in the contract.
Well, even before we were married, I thought you were funny.
Well, again, you wanted to be married, so it's in the contract.
Laverne says you're definitely funny.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah.
And then I gotta work on a video tomorrow.
Yeah, I gotta work on the video tomorrow.
It shouldn't take that long.
Yeah, we have a video every Saturday.
Yep.
Like a long form. And then for people who haven't, make sure to like and subscribe and share and do all that good stuff. And like, you know, everything.
Ben is asking, sorry, but why do you not use a Dremel?
Mainly because it's fun.
He likes being difficult.
No, I enjoy it. It's just fun that way. I can use the Dremel, but sometimes you just want to do things by hand and kind of challenge yourself, you know. Nothing more than that, really, to be honest. Plus, believe it or not, I actually feel like I do better without the Dremel. It takes a ton longer, but I feel like I do better. You know?
Cat says Dremel is a cheat code, lol.
Yeah. But it's legitimate. It's legitimate, but it definitely is extremely faster, for sure. But it's just kind of fun. I'll be honest.
Cat says, I definitely like your work with the file. It makes it look really cool.
Thank you.
Laverne says you got blacksmith's hands now.
Yeah. Well, it's better than having Will Smith's hands.
Oh, Lord.
Keep my wife's name.
Oh, goodness. I didn't think it was that serious.
No.
Laverne says LMAO.
Which Chris Rock's not, I think. Was it Chris? Is it Chris Rock or Chris Tucker that's not born far from us? Laverne. I can't remember. One of the Chris's. I think it's Chris Rock. That wasn't born far from us.
Chris Rock.
Yeah, Chris Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think he was maybe born like 30 miles away from us. Maybe 40. I think one of the worst things I've had happen, and this ain't even filing related. I was sanding down a piece of, what's that? Grape agate, and a piece broke off, right? And I don't know how it did this, because my hand was like this when I was holding the stone. It was like this, and it broke off this way. Had to go underneath my palm, around on that diamond wheel, and got lodged into my finger. And it went through the fingernail and into the finger. We had to dig that sucker out through the fingernail. And then another time I was using a Dremel to drill through a stone. And it punched through the stone, but the stone somehow got caught on it. And then it like wrapped my finger up with the Dremel and like popped it out. And then I had to pop that back in.
Cat says don't do that again.
I try not to.
And then Mama Flora says, will you be doing the top of the axe too?
I don't know. It'll be. I'll have to see when it's all done what it looks like before I decide on the top of the axe design. I do plan on going all the way up to here on both sides and seeing how that is. But I don't know. Maybe doing the spine all the way around to the top would be good. We'll see as we get there.
Okay, says, yeah, you should do the whole thing up to the whole top.
We'll see when we get there. My main concern with doing it all the way up to the whole top is that I will have to adjust how this sits because I'm going to have it in the vise. So I'm going to have to adjust how it sits to where pretty much it'll be out of frame.
Ben says, I make blacksmithing too, and for my bigger projects, the original medieval things, but for little stuff, I Dremel. It's better for me.
Yeah, I mean, eventually I feel like I will have to Dremel, and since you do that too, and this is actually my 6th filing I think I've done, but I have this weird thing to where my knuckle will lock up on me. Does that do that with you too, when you're using the hand files?
If I wire wrap too long, mine does it. My knuckles do it. They lock up.
Yeah, and it just doesn't want to. It doesn't want to like bend on you.
We're getting old, babe. That's what it is. We're getting old. Gotta get the Tin Man and get some oil on our joints. And Oddcat says, yeah, do the whole top.
Do the whole top?
Yeah, and then Laverne says crisscross applesauce.
Indeed.
Ooh.
Applesauce.
Sorry.
My wife's doing her best Ed impersonation over here.
No.
Yeah. Where's the Ed?
He likes buttered toast.
Buttered toast.
Not applesauce.
Buttered toast.
And he likes chicken.
Yeah.
Get it right. Cat says that's carpal tunnel. And Laverne says, LOL, Laura's hungry. It's not me, Laverne. Alright?
I hope it ain't carpal tunnel.
It's your niece or nephew. Alright? Cat says, LOL, I don't know for real. I just said that. But anyways, my finger does that too after a long day at work and then gaming and I'm holding my phone. It'll just do that.
It's funny, you see that kind of like a little indent there? When I hold my phone, I hold it with my pinky like this. So like I'll put my pinky in like this and hold it up the case. And it's starting to leave a little resting area there, which is kind of funny. But one of the things I do want to do is when I get the chance, I want to get a faceting machine. And I want to facet gemstones. And then, so like we do gemstones like this, right? But I want to start faceting gemstones, so it's these more clear gemstones like these, and then cut them into like, ones that you would see fit into a ring, and then Dremel out spots within the metal, and then place them into it to kind of, you know what I mean? Just to kind of, well, also to kind of challenge myself, but to see what all I can make. Like I'm not really a blacksmith or anything. I'm more the lapidus type. I guess technically I'm talking to Ben right now, but I'm talking to whoever will listen. But so I don't really make these. I just like putting the gemstones on it and customizing them, if that makes sense. So I don't really do much with this other than the filing patterns. Like I said, this is like my 6th one I've done. I haven't done many, so I'm still learning. But here's another one that I've done. I don't know if it's showing very well.
Laverne says we're all listening.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Laverne. I can count on Laverne to continue listening. And then that one right there. Now this one I did with a Dremel. And I think it turned out pretty well.
Those are gonna look pretty.
Yeah. Especially with that Solar handle.
Mm-hmm.
Chef's kiss.
I ain't kissing it.
And yeah, so, and I got some other stuff on the channel. I don't think I got any of the other knives we got that I've done with gemstones on them. But we got them on the channel, and if that's something you're interested in seeing. But since you're a blacksmith, you probably know a lot about this. And if you haven't liked and shared and subscribed, please do so. It does help the channel out, and we'll eventually start doing more giveaways. We have to get a few more subscribers, and then when, you know, her channel gets monetized, she can take that channel money and kind of put it towards doing giveaways and stuff like that. So
Cat says whatever, I'm listening. LOL, I was just slow on the chat.
Ooh.
Burn says rub some dirt in it.
Rub some dirt in
I
it.
guess you poked yourself or something, I don't know.
If I did, I didn't notice.
Mama Sora says you and Ben should team up, him doing the blacksmith work and you doing the gemstone work.
Well, you never know. Right now, I'm just customizing whatever I can get my hands on. Because I just want to do, to be honest, I want to do a little of everything. I want to do whatever I can, to be honest.
Ben says, interesting, I made stuff like old weird axes and knives, but I live in Germany, so the paperwork said only tools, no weapons to blacksmith. That means axes are the line to illegal, and knives, I think 14 centimeters.
Okay. So, okay. Well, it might even be cool. Well, it wouldn't be very practical, but it would be cool to maybe do some ornate. Well, what do you do specifically? What do you do specifically?
Old beard axes
Oh.
and knives.
Okay.
Only tools, no weapons to blacksmith. That means axes are the line to illegal, and knives, I think 14 centimeters.
Okay, so you can do like kitchen knives and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, they can't be longer than 14 centimeters, I think.
I don't know how long 14 centimeters is.
Hold on.
You got your measuring tape.
Yep. That's 14 centimeters.
Okay,
So
a
about
little
5.5 inches.
Okay, about 5.5 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I think that leaves out some kitchen knives.
Maybe like a paring knife or something.
Yeah, fair enough. Be pretty. Oyster knives. Yeah, I mean, if it's something lapidary is an expensive hobby to get into. I'll be honest with you. But yeah, I'm not. See, I about messed up. About completed it with the half round.
Don't do that.
I know. Yeah, maybe a good paring knife would be good with a gemstone handle. Which I don't know if it interests you or not. I mean, I know it's probably not something you would be allowed to do in Germany. But I did have a plan to run electricity through a rifle stock. And I know a guy that does it. Like he'll actually run electricity for me through them. Running electricity through the rifle stock and taking like some blue and white opal, synthetic obviously, To do a whole real opal thing would just be ridiculously expensive. But with synthetic opal, and then lining that into the lightning, and taking some orange and red as well, and lining that into the rifle stock where the little electricity path follows, and then cut that so the gemstone follows that path. I think that would be cool too. But that's definitely a future project. That ain't anything happening right now. And my father's side is from Germany. They come through the port of Charleston in South Carolina in 1735. I don't know exactly where from Germany they are from, but I do know that they are from Germany on my dad's side of the family. It's just kind of nice to know that somebody in Germany watches us.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that cool?
Mm-hmm. I want to do like the ancestry thing so I can figure out my family tree and actually go back and maybe do like the DNA test to figure out what percentage of what am I.
Mm-hmm. So, what part of Germany are you in? Like near Berlin or what's the other one? Hamburg?
He says only the edge. It means by 14 centimeters. The handle is, it's your opinion. And he said that would be cool, but I have no clue from electricity. I'm from, let's see, Dortmund. It's big. It's a bigger city nearby.
Okay.
If only my dad was here, he would know how to pronounce.
Yeah, her dad was stationed in Germany in the 80s.
No, he lived in Germany because my grandpa was stationed.
No, I thought he was stationed in the Fulda Gap.
Oh, I don't know about
in Germany in the 80s.
Oh, y'all talk about military stuff.
Yeah, when he was in the
I know
army.
he lived there. He went to high school there because my grandpa was stationed there.
Yeah.
So I know a little bit of German, but not a lot.
I just know how to cuss in German. That's about it. And being a blacksmith in Germany, are there a lot of y'all? Do y'all have like a guild and everything? Or is it kind of, I don't want to say dying, but is it not as popular as it used to be? I'm actually interested, you know. You don't get to talk to people from many different countries. So, kind of interesting hearing about it. Nothing?
Not yet. It's probably if the time change.
What do you mean?
They're in Germany, so they're probably hours ahead of us or hours behind us. So it's probably, delay.
Well, there's a delay no matter what. I think YouTube naturally puts a delay in the videos.
Yeah.
How many people we got watching? That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So for all y'all watching, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please make sure to. It does help the channel out. Helps us do some fun stuff. Whew. I think it's going to look really cool whenever I'm done with this thing. I'm kind of excited. And what?
Let's see. He says, no, it's not popular, but I work at an Waldorf school. It's a school where kids more close to working blacksmith and that stuff. And they have even a medieval grinding stone. That's cool, I think.
Yeah, that's really cool. A Waldorf school.
It might be Waldorf because W makes a V sound in German.
Well, Waldorf still.
Yeah, I know. I'm just.
But so is that like a trade school? Kind of like where you learn to do specific jobs. So that's kind of cool. But you know what's crazy is there's money to still be made in doing stuff like that. You know, there's people still out there that want handmade stuff, and they don't want the machine-made stuff.
That's why we did good at the college. That's all the kids wanted.
Yeah. And they want American-made at the college.
Mm-hmm.
Which we actually had some kids tell us that they were excited that we were actually making jewelry by hand here. Jewelry by hand here. Because they were just excited that they could get their hands on some American-made things. So that was pretty cool. And be nice to get some of those kids to come out and learn lapidary. We're not going to put a big scar in front of this, just a little bit one. There we go. It's looking better and better. Oh, there we go. I'm going to start moving this in a little bit. So
He says the school, hold on. Says the school have even a week where we make leather, bronze, metal, and stuff like candles, oars, and ropes by hand.
okay, so it's teaching a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's good though, because as a blacksmith, you would figure you need to know some leather working at least for your sheaths. Sheaths? I think I'm pronouncing that right.
Mm-hmm.
Sheaths. Which sometimes I think that my need and obsession with being perfect kind of comes from that German side of me. because I almost obsess over it.
Mama Saurus says the axe is looking good.
Thank you, Mama Saurus. What's that?
It's a hatchet.
Oh, Laura said it's a hatchet. Axes are bigger and longer, Mama Saurus. It's a hatchet.
Laverne says dagger it.
Dagger it?
Dagger it.
I don't have a dagger, Laverne.
He's just, I guess he's just saying stuff. I don't know.
Do you mean dag nabbit?
That's probably what he means.
I don't understand what you're trying to get across to me. Which next time you're around, Laverne, we have to go through my comic book collection. Kind of look through them again and see what all I got.
He says, no, I mean dagger it. And then Mama Sora says, I'm a small woman, LOL, axe size to me.
Oh, okay. Yes. And did you see there, Laura?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It depends on how big you are.
It reminds me of that video I saw with the lady walking. She's like, I got short legs and a frozen margarita.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Ben is asking, do you know the German knife City Solingen? Solingen.
The German knife City Solingen.
Yeah. I've never heard of it.
No, never heard of it.
And Laverne's saying LOL.
Never heard of it before. Kind of making me curious now.
Let me see if I can.
Well, hold on. Let's see what he says about it first.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, so
Maybe?
is it cool? What's
He hasn't said nothing yet.
Okay. He's got me curious now. City Solingen. How about stab myself again?
Would you stop doing that?
No. I'm hard-headed, little.
Laverne says I've got blisters on my fingers. I guess I'm watching you.
If you got blisters on your fingers by watching me, I doubt that. I know where you work, Laverne. You probably got blisters on your fingers from working at your job.
You got blisters on your blisters.
Which I'm sure they've probably been working you pretty hard since you got home.
And he said it's a Family Guy reference.
What's that?
Laverne said it's a Family Guy reference. I've got blisters on my fingers.
I don't know. I haven't watched Family Guy in forever.
Did Stewie say that?
I don't know.
I don't know. All I know is I cried when Brian died.
And then they brought him back the next episode.
Yep.
Yep. Because everybody was upset.
Yep. Like, how dare you?
They forgot the golden rule. Go ahead.
Laverne says it's one of the older episodes.
Oh, okay. They forgot the golden rule of all television and movie.
You don't kill the dog.
Nothing happens to the dog.
Mm-hmm. That's why I can't watch all the other. I've never seen it and I don't want to see it. Never seen Lassie either. Same reason.
Yep. I have to come back around and do that one.
What did they name the other dog? What was it? Vinny.
Vinny Vinny Beachy?
Mhm. No, the other dog that they adopted after Brian, his name was Benny.
Oh, I don't know.
And he was like from Jersey. He had like a Jersey accent. It was funny. Laverne says they've killed Brian so many times in the show.
Yeah.
And then Stewie called him New Brian. He didn't call him by his name.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I didn't watch it. I just saw where people talked about it. But I didn't watch it. I don't really watch TV that much anymore. Much as I just watch YouTube and tutorials.
I think the only time we watch television is if we're staying at a hotel.
Yeah.
And then we either watch Family Guy or American Dad.
I'm going to have the toughest hands in this county. From how many times I'm fucking myself and all that.
Stop it.
I refuse.
I know you refuse. Too bad.
Well, too bad, yeah. Never.
Ben says it's a city that is known for their knives because they're handmade, and once it was a really big city in the Holy Roman Empire because that's where they made their weapons.
Okay.
For the nobility.
Where's our German saber agate?
It's packed up in the show stuff.
Ben, look up German saber agate. We actually got some of that. And I think the story comes the story that I was told about German saber agate is that during the German Bronze Age, they would take the slag and the runoff from the copper and they would throw it out into the Saber Valley in Germany. And over time, the layers built up and hardened into like an agate-like stone. And I might have to get one of those knives. What, can you remember the name of the knife? Can you write that down?
Mm-hmm.
The name of the knives from that city? I might order one of those and actually do some German saber agate as the handle for it. I'll have to look up some more German saber agate because Laura won't let me cut that one specifically. So I have to buy me some more. But that might be a cool project in the future.
And then the bird says, I refuse the refuser.
Well, I refused first.
Yeah.
I have, what is it? I have first rights to refusal.
I wanted to go to Ace Ventura for some reason.
What's that?
You said I have.
Oh.
Then I thought of Ace Ventura.
Why?
I have exercise.
I have exercise to do.
This house is clear. I haven't seen that movie in years. Will you stop it?
No!
The verse says, I refused last, therefore I have the last laugh.
Yes, but I have the first say.
I might watch that movie this weekend. Ace Ventura.
I think we have it.
Yeah, we got it on DVD.
Yeah.
We can watch it on the laptop. I doubt you'd want to watch it with me.
No. I can't sit still and watch a movie. I have to do something.
The bird says, the last laugh matters more than the last first say so.
I disagree wholeheartedly with your assumption because the rule of law states that I have said first, therefore I am first.
Well, who's on second?
What? Can you believe I'm actually moving fast? How long have we been streaming?
About an hour and a half.
Can you believe I'm moving fast?
That's not bad.
No.
Just kidding. if he's thinking about what to say.
Well, whenever he figures it out, let me know.
He says, I disagree with the assumption because the first say-so can be made by the last say-so.
Yes, but I am the majority of the first say-so. Therefore, the majority takes the will of the people.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Ben is asking what time you have. By me, it's like 3:32 a.m.
Oh my Lord!
It's 9:32 p.m.
9:32 p.m. here. We are on the east coast of America.
Oddcat says gonna call it a night soon.
Yeah, I might have to too. So here's what I'll propose to y'all. Either, because no matter what, I'm starting to hurt to the point where I will have to lay down soon. So either I finish this on the next stream and we don't do the claw game until this is finished, or we do the claw game. The next stream I'll cut the gemstones that we picked through the claw game, and I'll finish this off stream, which I'm kind of partial to doing anyways because I do want to finish the video on this.
I think finish that and then do the claw game when it's done.
Okay.
I think that's what we should do.
Well, I have vote for I'll finish this off camera. We do the claw game now. Laura has a vote for finish the rest of this on stream and then do the claw game after this is all finished. So I'll leave it up to the chat. Put one.
Alright, Oddcat saying claw game.
Okay.
Laverne says the majority is overruled by the best friend's logic while being supported.
Okay. All right. I'll take that. You know what? I'll bow down to that.
Until he thinks of something else, then he'll text you.
Well, we'll have to do this in our committee chambers later. We'll have to figure this out later. So, one in chat for finish this later. 2 in chat for claw game now.
The verses, and we continue thy conversation.
So, I'll leave it up to the will of the chat.
The will of the warrior.
The will of the chat. Oh.
No, I'm saying next time because I need to lay down myself.
Well, I can always finish.
Mamasaurus says 1, so whatever 1 was. Oddcat says claw.
Claw.
So I guess whoever does next. Now Oddcat's like, the claw.
The claw. You know what? I'll probably finish this off stream. Not now, but later on this week. I'll probably finish this off stream. We'll go ahead and do the claw now.
Where are the things?
In the workroom.
Okay.
I'll go help you.
No, you stay here.
Okay. And you can just grab like you know.
Look, calm down.
I think we got a bowl. I think we got something in there to help you carry it in here.
Yeah, I have.
Make sure to grab a Fordite in there. Well, while I got y'all here, I will show you this. This is, let me get to where I can kind of see the camera. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, so this is ametrine. This is real stone. This is where amethyst and citrine has grown together. Isn't that kind of cool? And this is eye clear. So what that means is there is no imperfections with this. It is clear through. Isn't that pretty cool? This is facet quality rough right here. This is something you'd put in somebody's wedding ring. Or not wedding ring, but you know what I mean. Well, yeah, wedding ring too. Plenty of shrimp and oysters and fries. Okay, that's Old chat. I forget that chat cuts me off after like an hour.
Was this the box?
No. It's a white box. I'll come help you.
I'll take that.
I'll come. You come talk, I'll do it. Yeah, go talk. Say hey. And I'll do it.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Hello. Boy, say hello.
I did say hello.
Say hello. It's ready.
I do not know what stone he was showing because I was in the other room. But yeah, I have no idea what box he's wanting either. Oh. You good?
I found it.
Now, for once, you find something before I do.
Huh?
I said, for once, you find something before I do. Oh, that one.
Mm-hmm.
You got it?
Mm-hmm. All right. We're going to pick a few out. Then we can do the claw. The claw. That's a pretty one. Yeah, pour that. Let this pour that. That's a big old piece of clavada. We don't want big pieces thrown in there. Because then I got to put them on the saw and y'all won't be able to see that. And that would suck.
Yeah, I was cleaning and I just put.
I know.
That's like a miscellaneous thing.
Yeah, but it's still fun. Alright, kind of space them out a little bit. That way people can kind of see. This little tiny one. Alright, can the camera see? Make sure the camera can see.
Yeah, they can see.
Okay, cool. Alright, so here's the rules of the game. I'm going to hold my hand up, and y'all tell my wife in what direction to put my hand. So you'll go move it left, move it right, move it up, move it down. And then when somebody says go, she's going to slam my hand down, and I'm going to pick one up. All right? So the rules clear? Everybody's got it? That's how you play the claw game. All right? Laura, you grab my hand. I'm going to close my eyes. All right, begin. Don't push down.
I'm trying to get your hand in frame. So don't.
Okay.
Okay.
The claw.
Alright, left.
Left. Now remember, when somebody says go, she's going to slam my hand down. The claw.
A little bit down.
A little bit down.
And then up.
Okay.
Look, I can't support you. You need to not make your
Messing with you.
yeah, don't do that. Alright, now right.
Mm-hmm.
Half circle to the right. Okay. I don't even know what that means. Oop, I'm trying to get trying not to get my phone in the stream, sorry.
The claw. That might be good merchandise.
Left.
That might be a good t-shirt one day. My hand hovering above stones and then the stones with eyeballs going, the claw.
Left. Down. Then say go when you want him to pick one up.
Yep. I love that everybody's fighting for their favorite one, so my hand will just keep moving. Now,
And go.
okay. Alright, I got one. Let's see what it is. Oh, it's a 4-dot piece. And that's got some fingers on it. So that should be really good.
Fingers.
Now, fingers are these little bumps, right? But it'll actually make a pretty cool looking piece once it's done. Alright, putting that one to the side. You get one more try, because next week I'm only going to cut 2. Because next week's a pretty busy week, so I don't know how long I'll be able to stand. Or, you not stand, but you know what I mean. Sit at the wheels.
Excuse me. Sorry, indigestion.
I'm going to grab some more stones.
Vern said T-Rex hands.
T-Rex hands?
Yeah.
I ain't got T-Rex arms.
Hands, not arms.
Well, how do I got T-Rex hands?
Because it was like this.
Oh, yeah. Thriller hands.
Mm.
Boom, 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 boom,
Ah,
boom, boom.
don't run over my foot.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's a good thing this is why I wear slippers in the house.
Now, if y'all choose this one or this one, things are going to get cut off screen. I'm sorry. I'm just letting y'all know. Those are way too big to cut on screen. All right, I'll use this hand in for you. All right, hands up. Eyes shut. It's y'all's turn. The claw. I think there's like a 10 or 20-second delay from YouTube. Something like that.
Yeah. Alright, so. Okay. Alright, stop moving your fingers.
Okay.
A little up, right.
Remember, you put in directions. As soon as somebody says go, we got to go.
Left, go.
What did I grab?
Chrysocolla or parrot wing?
Chrysocolla parrot wing. Yeah. Well, this is Chrysocolla because you can't technically call it parrot wing because it doesn't have the quartz in there. But still, it's from the Chrysocolla parrot wing because there was quartz a part of this
in
one.
that slab, yeah.
Yeah. So, there you go. So we got our 2 for next week. A 4-dot and a Chrysocolla parrot wing. Both of them very pretty stones. Like very colorful. So we'll see what we can do with these. I probably won't do an oval just because I'm not big on the ovals anymore. I've gotten over them. Ovaled them. So I'll put another design on there. But we'll cut those next Thursday. Before we leave out on the stream though, we're going to do a quick prayer. So if y'all are into prayer, then stick around. If y'all don't, if y'all aren't into prayer, then I'll see you next time. But everybody bow your head. God, thank you for the opportunity to be able to live stream tonight, and thank you for everybody who has shown up, and even the people who ain't. We ask that you touch them and bless them in ways that in ways that would better better their lives and get them closer to you, and that if they are not saved, that they will come to you and get saved, and that way they can enjoy life eternal. I want to thank you for the success of the YouTube channel. It's been amazing and wonderful, and it's all because of these wonderful people tonight. We say all these things in your name. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Now, everybody, I'm going to tell you like my preachers used to tell me. As much as I love you, God loves you more. We'll see you next week. Take care. Be safe. Turn it off.